Hello everybody, AKTOYZ here up in Alaska, and today I want to share with you something that I found through trial and error, and I found it's the best way to do FPV with the DJI Phantom 3, and not just the Phantom 3 Professional or Advanced. This also works really well with the Standard. This is the controller for an advanced or a professional, but you know, this setup will work. Trust me. So anyway, let's just get a quick rundown here of what I got going on. FATSHARK Dominator V3s. They must have the HDMI mini input in the bottom, so you have to get the higher end FATSHARKs, which, you know, cost all in all, I'm an Android runner, and I bought this tablet used for 140 bucks off of eBay, and these are $349, and you do not, keep in mind, you do not need to buy the module or the antennas if you're just going to run an FPV setup like this with the mini HDMI cord, how I'm doing it here. And through trial and error, I have discovered that the Nvidia Shield K1 tablet, it's an 8-inch tablet, I really like it. Have found that it works the best. It's a gaming tablet, big processor, big ROM RAM, you know, gaming graphics. It works really well. Very little to unnoticeable lag. So, you know, if you're not an Apple person, and I'm not, I've been through a few tablets, you know, Nexus 7, first gen, by the way, forget about this, bad picture, pixelating, lag. The Nexus 7 second gen 2013 or newer, and you can tell because it'll have the camera on the back. This will definitely be a good tablet. I would say it's definitely number 2 when it comes to tablets for DJI for Android. This will be very good for you to do most things if you just want to fly with a tablet and like a sunshade. But I'm not really happy with that for the simple reason that I'm not even sure if you can see this picture, but outside the sun glare and the reflection off the glass is just terrible. And even with a sunshade, and I've even tried making my own, it's still terrible. So flying FPV, and I like to fly FPV because, you know, you really feel like you're there. It's the immersion experience. And as far as shooting video and pictures, you can really get close on buildings, trees, power wires with confidence, fly in between things, around things, under things. This is the way to go, and it's the way I like to fly if I'm shooting a real estate commercial or just flying for fun or flying long distance. From landing to takeoff, this is the way to go. So anyway, let me just show you what I got going on here. A Nvidia Shield K1 has an HDMI mini outlet on it. The Nexus 7 and second gen 7 does not. The Nvidia Shield K1 also has a place where you can put a micro SD card, and I run Lollipop screen capture, so I also record everything here because when you are plugged into the HDMI cable on your FATSHARKs, it does not allow you to use your DVR built into your FATSHARKs to record. So keep that in mind. You can only record when you're recording off your 5.8 gigahertz signal. So anyway, but let's plug this in real quick, because like I said, I think, you know, through trial and error, this is the best setup. Now, it might not be, and if you guys out there have a better idea, please message me. I'd love to hear about it. But it's just as simple as just plugging this thing into this little hole, and you know you got to try it 5 times to see which way it goes. And when you plug it in, it's going to prompt you if you want console mode for like gaming or mirror mode. So you want to hit mirror mode, and that, as long as you have this little switch on the bottom switched over to take it off the module. Let's see, let's look in here real quick. Sure enough, because you just hit this button and it'll take you, the display will take you to the HDMI off of AV. So it basically mirrors the exact image into your goggles. And let me see if I can actually capture that for you with this camera. I'm not sure how good that is. It probably sucks, but trust me, it's there. So the thing is that I like to fly with the DJI Go app, and I am used to looking at all this telemetry. Now, if I didn't have this telemetry right here, I'd get confused, or a different app or whatever. So I like to be able to know all this stuff that's going on, and it is exactly the same inside of the goggles, which I like. And as far as touching things on the screen, there's really nothing you need to touch, because you got your return to home right here. You've got your flight modes over here. You can turn on and off your video and take pictures over here, and basically you can just do that all by feel. And if there is something that you need to adjust on the screen, you can just pull these up on your forehead and look down real quick and, you know, do some adjustments and fine tuning or get into the menus. But 99% of the time I never have to do that. I can take pictures, video, and do all of my flying by FPV. Now, most people out there, and I have it too, have bought this module that you change out in the back, which is $100, which gives you an extra HDMI out here, which also allows you to plug in a set of goggles, as long as they have an HDMI cord. But you will not have the same screen that you're used to flying. So it has a little bit of telemetry that sends over, but you're not going to be able to see, you know, your map and basically your satellites and, you know, your battery power and what your video's doing and your height and, you know, your distance and your speeds and all this stuff. This is just so clear in these goggles. So I think by, you know, me experimenting with this is why I feel that this is the best setup. And I like to fly FPV, but flying on a tablet, sunshade not, doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if it's a cloudy day. This is never going to give you as good of clarity as this will for flying around. This is like being there in the drone, you know, really good quality. This is a super simple setup. HDMI mini cord, plug in. There is an order of which you have to do this, just the same startup order. You know, you start up your controller, you start up, you know, your drone, then you plug this in. If you do that backwards, you won't get the picture to come up. So that's kind of frustrating, but I figured it out. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. AKTOYZ up here, and I'm hoping that this video helps you guys out if you want to enhance your DJI flying experience, or if you're a FPV flyer and you fly 250s and you want to go do some long distance picture taking, whatever, you'll step right into this and love it. Personally, I just don't like flying on a tablet, and you know, I suggest you try this, and you will see what I mean by once you do this, you won't go back to this. So anyway, safe flying, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks.